stop what you're doing right now, because what I'm about to share with you in the next few minutes could literally save your life, or the life of someone you love. Every single day in America, thousands of people over the age of 50 miss warning signs their own body is sending them. Not because they don't care, not because they're careless, but because nobody ever told them what those signs actually mean. They brush it off. They say, "I'm just tired," or "That's just part of getting older." And then one day, without any other warning, something serious happens. A stroke, a heart attack, a diagnosis that could have been caught months earlier. I don't want that to happen to you. So today, I'm going to walk you through 6 symptoms that your body uses to cry out for help. These are real, these are common, and most people over 50 experience at least one of them right now and don't realize what it means. Please watch this to the end. Because the last one on this list is the one most people completely ignore, and it's one of the most dangerous. Here's something that doctors don't always have time to explain during a 15-minute appointment. Your body doesn't just break down suddenly. Before almost every serious health event, whether it's a heart problem, a blood sugar crisis, a neurological issue, or something else, your body sends signals. It whispers first. Then it speaks. And if you still don't listen, it starts screaming. The problem is, we've been taught to push through discomfort, especially those of us who grew up in a generation where you didn't complain. You worked hard. You kept going. Toughness was a virtue. And while that mindset is admirable in so many ways, it can be dangerous when it comes to your health after 50. Because after 50, your body's systems change. Your circulation changes. Your hormones change. Your metabolism changes. And the warning signs it sends? They're different than they were at 30 or 40. So let's go through these 6 symptoms together, one by one, in plain, simple language. No confusing medical terms, no panic. Just the truth, and what you can do about it. Your feet lately, and notice they look puffy? Maybe your shoes feel tighter than usual by the end of the day. Maybe there's a soft, squishy swelling around your ankles that wasn't there 6 months ago. A lot of people think this is just from standing too long, or flying on a plane. And sometimes, yes, that's all it is. But when that swelling doesn't go away after resting, when it keeps coming back morning after morning, that is your body telling you that fluid is building up somewhere it shouldn't be. This can be a sign that your heart is not pumping blood as efficiently as it should. It can also be a sign of kidney issues or problems with your veins struggling to push blood back up toward your heart. Think of it like a garden hose with a kink in it. The pressure builds up and water starts pooling. That's what's happening inside your legs. The practical thing to do? Don't wait. Mention it to your doctor, especially if you also feel more tired than usual or notice any shortness of breath. Elevating your legs at the end of the day helps temporarily, but it is not a cure. It's a clue, and you need to follow that clue. Remember when you could climb a flight of stairs or walk to the mailbox without stopping to catch your breath? And now it takes more out of you than it used to? Here's what's important to understand. Some slowing down is normal as we age, but gasping for air after light activity or waking up in the middle of the night feeling like you can't breathe, that is not normal. That is not just getting older. This symptom is one of the earliest warning signs of heart failure, lung disease, or even severe anemia, a condition where your blood isn't carrying enough oxygen to your organs. Picture your body like a car engine. If the fuel isn't getting to the engine properly, the car struggles to run. That's what's happening when simple tasks leave you breathless. If this sounds like you, please write it down and tell your doctor exactly when it happens, how long it lasts, and whether it gets worse lying down. That detail matters more than you know. This one is deeply personal for many families. You're in the middle of a conversation, and suddenly you can't remember the word you were about to say. Or you walk into the kitchen and have absolutely no idea why you're there, again. Now, listen, we all have moments like this, and some forgetfulness is a normal part of aging. But here's the difference. If these moments are becoming more frequent, If they're happening in the middle of familiar tasks you've done 1,000 times, if your family members are starting to notice and comment, that is something to take seriously. Sudden confusion can also be a sign of a mini stroke, what doctors call a TIA, which is your brain's way of warning you that something bigger could be coming. It can also be linked to blood pressure problems, thyroid issues, or even severe dehydration, which is far more common in adults over 50 than most people realize. The hopeful news is this: many of these causes are treatable, but only if you catch them early. So please, don't be embarrassed. Don't brush it off. Bring it up with your doctor. This is the one people most commonly explain away, and it is one of the most dangerous ones on this list. Maybe you feel a strange pressure in the center of your chest after eating. Maybe it feels like heartburn that just won't quit. Maybe there's a dull, heavy sensation that comes and goes. You take some antacids and it seems to pass, so you forget about it. Here is what you need to know. Heart attacks in women, and many men over 50, do not always feel like the dramatic, chest-grabbing moments you see on television. For many people, especially women, the feeling is subtle. It's a tightness, a heaviness, a nagging discomfort that travels up toward the jaw or down into the left arm. And because it doesn't feel dramatic enough, people wait. They wait too long. If you feel chest discomfort that lasts more than a few minutes, comes back repeatedly, or happens along with sweating, dizziness, or arm pain, please do not drive yourself to the emergency room. Call 911. Time is everything with the heart. You step on the scale and you've lost weight, but you haven't changed your eating habits or exercise routine. Your first thought might even be, well, that's a nice surprise. But unexpected weight loss, especially losing more than 10 pounds without trying, is something your body is using to get your attention. Unintentional weight loss can be connected to many serious conditions, including thyroid problems, diabetes, digestive issues, and in some cases, early-stage cancer. Your body burns through its own reserves when something is disrupting your metabolism or your ability to absorb nutrition properly. It's also common in adults who are unknowingly dealing with depression, which often goes undiagnosed in people over 50 because the symptoms can look very different than they do in younger people. The point is simple. If the scale is dropping and you don't know why, that deserves a doctor's visit. A few simple blood tests can often tell you a great deal. And now we come to the last one, the one I told you about at the beginning. This is also the most overlooked symptom of all, because it is so easy to explain away. You're tired. Deeply, constantly, bone tired. You get 8 hours of sleep and you wake up exhausted. You sit down after lunch and you can barely keep your eyes open. By mid-afternoon, you feel like you've already worked a 12-hour shift, even if you've done almost nothing. And you tell yourself it's because you're getting older, or because of the weather, or because of stress. But here is the hard truth. That kind of exhaustion, the kind that never fully goes away no matter how much you rest, is one of the most common early signs of heart disease, thyroid disorders, type 2 diabetes, and sleep apnea. It is also a major warning sign of depression and severe nutritional deficiencies, including low iron, low vitamin D, and low B12, all of which become increasingly common after 50. You were not born to feel this tired. Fatigue this deep is not a normal part of aging. It is your body waving a red flag. So why does this happen? Why do so many of these symptoms show up after 50? The honest answer is that our bodies go through real, significant changes in midlife and beyond. Circulation slows slightly, hormones shift, the immune system becomes less aggressive, and decades of lifestyle habits, good and bad, begin to show their effects. Add to that the fact that many adults over 50 are dealing with chronic stress, disrupted sleep, less physical movement than they used to have, and diets that may not be giving them everything they need. It creates a perfect storm for the body to start struggling quietly in the background. The good news, and I want you to really hear this, is that none of this is inevitable, and none of it is your fault, but it is your responsibility to pay attention now. So what do? First, and most importantly, you stop waiting for symptoms to become crises before you take action. If anything I've described today sounds familiar, please make an appointment with your doctor this week. Not next month, this week. Bring a written list of your symptoms. Include when they started and how often they happen. Doctors can do far more when they have that kind of clear information. Second, take an honest look at three things: how much water you're drinking, how much you're moving, and how much you're sleeping. These three things alone have a remarkable effect on how your body functions and how clearly it can send and receive its own signals. Adults over 50 often become mildly dehydrated without realizing it because the sense of thirst decreases with age. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses of water per day, even if you don't feel thirsty. A walk of just 20 to 30 minutes most days of the week has been shown in study after study to reduce the risk of heart disease, improve memory, lower blood sugar, and fight fatigue. You don't need a gym. You just need to move. And sleep, real quality sleep, is when your body repairs itself. If you are not sleeping well, that is a medical issue worth addressing, not a personal failing to push through. Third, lean on the people around you. Tell a family member or a close friend what you're experiencing. Sometimes the people who love us are the first to notice something is wrong, even before we do. Let them in. I want to close by saying something I mean with complete sincerity. You have worked hard your entire life. You have taken care of other people, your children, your parents, your community. And for many of you, taking care of yourself has come last for a very long time. But here's what I need you to understand. You matter. Your health matters. And you absolutely deserve to feel well, to feel strong, and to enjoy the years ahead of you with the people you love. The body you're living in has carried you through decades of life. It has been incredibly loyal to you. And right now, if it's sending you any of the signals we talked about today, it is asking you for help. Not because it's giving up on you, but because it wants to keep going with you. So please, take this seriously. Not with fear, but with love for yourself. Share this video with someone you care about. Because I promise you, someone in your life needs to hear this today. And if you're not already following this channel, please subscribe. Every week, I share practical, honest health information, specifically for adults over 50, because you deserve real answers in plain language. Take care of yourself. You are worth it. And I'll see you in the next one.